Hello. Okay, so let's go on a little journey today and talk about book covers, specifically this book cover. Now, if you have been following my social media stuff, then you will probably have noticed that I have been messing with this. And I think overwhelmingly the question has been why? We love this cover. And actually, I love this cover too, but this video is to kind of explain the why. Why have I been messing with it? Um, and the obvious answer, the easiest answer is this. These don't match. Can you see the difference? It's really noticeable from the spine view. So when my lovely books are all sitting on a shelf, I just look at them and I'm so sad because they don't match. Okay, so how did we get here? When I wrote Rabbit Trap, this was my first book, and I didn't even know if I would want to publish more books or not. I just tried it to see if I even liked writing, if I liked self-publishing, any of it. And I wanted to do everything as cheap as possible because producing a book can be expensive. So I bought a pre-made book cover. If you're not a writer, you may not even be aware that this is a thing, but there are websites where you can buy book covers that artists have made just sort of generically, um, usually for certain genres. And when you purchase it, they will put in your titles and your pen name, things like that, and then they send you the file. Now, it's also important to note that I only got I think like a JPEG and a PNG file of this. I didn't get like the, you know, whatever files, the source file, that's the word. So, very happy with this cover, very happy with the price I paid for it. The guy that did this for me was a hard worker. He had a good business model, but he was not really interested in doing custom cover work, and that's kind of what I wanted going forward. Also, we just kind of naturally didn't get on. It was a bit awkward working with him. So when it came to book two, I found a new artist, and he made this book for me, which I also love. But he didn't have the source file, so he just had to put these images on his computer and try to make them match, which is hard to do. And if you're looking at it, like, you might be able to tell on this, these colors are very close. But when you're holding it in person, it's much more noticeable that they're not the same colors for this like background color. This one's a lot more yellow. And it's also really noticeable when you look at the spine part, like it's very different. Um, so this has bothered me since I got book two out. And my hope always was to finish the series and go back and redo the first book cover. And that's where we're at. I have finished the series. I love all of these covers, but they don't match. So I have been trying to solve that dilemma. Now, earlier this summer, I had this idea to try to make my own cover, and if they did well, then I would remake the book 2 and 3 covers so that they all matched. I don't feel like that's going very well. I haven't really been super happy with my new covers that I made, and I don't think anybody else is either. So I have gone back to the artist who did these beautiful covers, and he is going to redo book 1 for me. So there will be some differences. I'm not ready to release that image out yet, but I like it. I think it's really great. I think you guys are gonna like it. I hope you guys are gonna like it. There was a lot of attachment to this book cover, and I get it because I really love this one. But just to point out some things, both of these covers are like the whole head of the animal, whereas this is the entire body. So the new book 1 cover will just be the rabbit's like face and ears. Another thing, it's more noticeable in this, but like the eyes of the animal comes through the background image. And there's also that on this one too, although it's a little harder to tell on screen, but if I get it really close, you can kind of see it. It's more noticeable when you're holding it that the face kind of comes through. So on my new book 1, the face will be visible in the background image. Also, these are kind of color schemy, like they have the orange to red. This has this like beautiful night sky, so it does kind of a blue to pink thing. And this is just a sunset, and I don't want to hate on that because I love this sunset, but the new one will have a more noticeable color scheme to it. So that's why I've been changing it. That's why I've been messing with it. I'm going to stop messing with it myself, and I'm going to use a new cover that hopefully you guys will love as much. But all of this is to prepare for a kind of soft re-release of Rabbit Trapped. When I did this, I didn't do a copyright for it. I did the Amazon generated ISBN numbers. Like there's a lot of little publishing things like that that most of you will not care about, but the result is that I have less ownership of this book than I do of this book, and I'm trying to change that. Also, I can only sell this on Amazon because of the way I did it. So I'm trying to do it'll be essentially like a second edition of Rabbit Trapped, and that will allow me to put it on other platforms, which I'm very much looking forward to. What you need to know as a reader, though, the content of the story will not change. I had a few typos that I had to fix, and I'm probably going to add in a preview of the first chapter of book 2 for new readers. But as far as like what's actually in here, it's not going to change very much. So same story, new cover, new release. If you would like to be one of the first to see the covers, then you should subscribe to my newsletter, because my newsletter is where I will reveal the new cover first, and I'm very excited about it. Everybody else will have to wait probably another 2 weeks before they get to see it. So be on the lookout for that soon. And yeah, hope you like the new cover.